Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'll be doing a technical breakdown on the major pairs. So I'll be starting with the USD, which was the DXY. So in my last YouTube video, we talk about the USD pair. So we talk about AUDUSD, GBPUSD, and also we talk about the DXY, and also I think we talk about maybe GBPAD or somewhat of that. So, but what I'm just saying is that what we have here, like I always said on DXY, price direction of the market still remain bullish. So price is currently bullish, okay, because we have this ascending trend line here, and also looking at the structure still remain bullish, and we have this ascending trend line here that price is touching for the third touch, and also a key level on the monthly time frame. So we have this bearish candlestick here, followed by this like indecisive candle, and also we have this bullish candle. So this signifies like a bullish movement from here. And if we go down to like weekly time frame here, so we could see that we have somewhat of a double bottom here on the weekly time frame, and we have broken like the neckline of it. So we have like somewhat of a double bottom here. So we have a equal low here, and we have like a neckline of it. And price have already broken like the neckline of it. So I see no reason why the USD should not be moving back to the upside. So the USD is due to like continue moving back to the upside. So what we have here, as you can see, so looking at it on the daily time frame here, we have a double bottom here, we have a equal low, and also at the third touch of this trend, and also at the monthly key level. And after that, price continue heading higher, break above this key level. We have a retest of it, and now price is not facing the upside. So the only level that I'm worried about is this key level here. So we have a major level here, right here. So I'm only worried about this key level because it was a major level. So, but if the USD can break above here, so I have no issue with this moving back to the upside. I have no issue with like the DXY moving back to the upside. And if these bullish movements continue, so definitely we are going to be getting that sell on EURUSD, GBPUSD, and also on the rest of the JP pairs, on the rest of the USD pairs, sorry. So what I'm just saying is that if price continue moving back to the upside from here, if we got like a bullish movement from here, like a bullish continuation movement from here, if price could clear this level, so we have no issue like moving to the upside. So this is just like the level where I'm expecting price to like break and continue heading higher. But looking at how price is moving both on the monthly time frame and on the weekly time frame, so I see no reason why price should not break above this level. So price may still like react from this level, so because it was a major level, so price might go here like react from it. So that this is just like what I'm saying. So let's say price continue heading higher, price go here, so we could got a reaction from here, and price might like move back to the downside before breaking above the level. But price is definitely maybe going to react from it or just break it to the upside. But what I'm just waiting for, what I'm just expecting for DXY is just for price to like break above this level. So if we could have a break of this level, so then that means that all the USD pairs are still going to continue dropping back to the downside. So that's just like my outlook on DXY. So that's like what I'm expecting on DXY. So if we could have a break of this level, and if we have a break of it and price start moving back to the upside, so I'll be expecting price to continue moving back to the upside to the next major key level here. So that's just like what I'm looking at on DXY. So that's just like how I'm looking at it after we clear this major level and price start moving back to the upside. So if we have a retest of this level, so that we just like continue pushing the market back to the upside, back into the next major level. So that's just like how I'm currently looking at the DXY at the moment. So I'm very much bullish on the DXY. So I'm still expecting price to like continue heading back to the upside. So hopefully price break this key level next week. So if price could like break above this level here, so I'll be still more bullish on the DXY, but I'm still very much bullish on it. So just waiting for price to clear this level, and then I will see like, so that would just like give me enough confidence to to go into more trades on the USD pairs. But for now, the USD still remain heavily bullish. So the USD is still very bullish. So now let's talk about the other pairs. So let's talk about like AUDUSD. So I got into a first trade on AUDUSD. So how I'm currently looking at AUDUSD is that, so we have, so looking at AUDUSD this way, we have a first touch and a third touch of this trend line here. So we have this descending trend line, I think on the monthly time frame here. So we have a first touch here, but currently on the weekly. So, but we have a first touch here, and we have the other touches at this level. So we have a second touch here, and we have the third touch of it here. So that's just like the reason why I got into a sell trade. So this was my first entry on AUDUSD. So this was my first entry on AUDUSD. We have this like price going to this level, go rejected, going to the trend line, go rejected, and now when price was trading below the trend line, we have a retest of this, like this level here. So after we have a retest of this, and we have a break of the counter trend line, so that's when I got into this trade. So let me just quickly just show how I got into this trade. So how I got into this sell trade was just like after we have a break of this counter trend line. So after price starts, so price go into this level, go ejected, and when price was moving to the downside, we have a retest of this trend line again. And also when price was moving to the downside after clearing this counter trend line, so that's when I just go into a sell trade. But I'm still looking to go into a sell trade on AUDUSD again. So let me quickly show that. So I'm still looking to go into a sell trade, and that's sell trade on AUDUSD. So I think, okay, so let me just quickly move on to maybe GBPUSD first. I'll be talking much about that later on. So currently I'm selling GBPUSD as well. So I'm already on a sell trade on GBPUSD. So in my last YouTube video, so the last YouTube video that I did, so price was like around, so when price was moving to the downside here, so I said if price, okay, I think it was this level here. So we have this trend line here at the time. So, and I was expecting, so as price was moving to the downside, so I was saying that if price continue moving back to the downside, it's likely that price got it. So at the time, I think price was like trading around this red candlestick here, around this level or around this area here. So I was saying that, okay, if price got into the zone, so this might be like a bullish continuation, like around this level. So looking at it on a buy perspective, right? So if price go into this level, this might be like a bullish continuation. And the reason why I say that is because we have this trend line here. So this might be like a touch of a trend line. I think it was a third touch. So I was like, maybe if price go into the zone and starting back to the upside. So, and also this is also aligned with the Fibonacci level. So I think it's aligned with the maybe the 50 Fibonacci level, or I think 60 Fibonacci level. Let me just bring it on and see. Let me just like bring it in. So okay, yeah, it's aligned with the 50% Fibonacci level. So I thought if price go here, price might like continue move back to the upside. And at the same time, in that same video, I said, but if price break below here and we have a retest of it, I'll be selling to the downside. So like I say in the video, so if price break below and we have a retest, if we have a break and we have a retest of it, so I'll be looking to go into a sell trade back to the downside. So that's why I was able to go into this sell trade on GBPUSD. So the trade was already playing out, so as we predicted in the last YouTube video. So price definitely break below here, break a major level, and also we have a retest of it. So I see no reason why I should not be selling this market. So that's just like the reason why I go into this trade. And my take profit level, so my first take profit level is around this zone, so this trend line touch, and my second TP is around this demand level. So we have it like a demand zone here. So that's why I put my TP here. So we are definitely going to be seeing a reaction if price go into this zone. So there's clearly going to be a reaction at this level. You could see how all this series of bullish candlesticks. So this was like some impulsive move around this level. So price is definitely going to be reacting at this level. So that's why I put my TP here. So that's just like how I got into this trade on JPUSD. So we might still be getting another entry on JPUSD after we have a break and maybe a break. So I think we already have a break of this zone, but let me just check it out. Yeah. So maybe if we could have a retest of this zone, so maybe we could still like add to another position on, can still add on another position on JPUSD. So let me just like draw it this way. So if we have maybe a retest of this level, so we can like still got into another trade on JPUSD. But for now, this is just like how my setup look on JPUSD. So we have a break of this major level, and also we have a break of this trend line, like as we said in the last YouTube video, and we have a retest of it. So that's just like the reason why I was able to go, like how I was able to got into this set trade. So that's just it on JPUSD. So now let's look at AUDUSD. So yeah, so let's look at EURUSD. So I've been very much bearish on EURUSD, and the reason why is that, so I've been bearish on EURUSD because price haven't been able to break past this Fibonacci level. So price have not been able to break past the 78.6 Fibonacci level. So let me firstly take this out. Let me take out the 50 and the 61.8. So now price have not been able to break past the 78.6 Fibonacci level here. So looking at it this way, so that's just like, so, and also this Fibonacci level aligned with a major level, like a major resistance level. And as soon as price go here, price go ejected back to the downside, form this bearish candlestick. Price was still like trying to like move to the upside, still wake back to the downside. So that's why we are seeing all this bearish, like all this bearish movement here. So JPUSD, EURUSD was still looking very much bearish to me. So I'm still looking to short EURUSD. So EURUSD is still looking very much bearish. So price going to the 78.6 Fibonacci level, got into a major level, and so that's why we are seeing all this downward movement on it. And looking at it this way, we have equal high here. So this was a double top on Euro USD, you could see, and this was the neckline of it. So we have a double top and we have a neckline. So price are broken below the neckline of it. So what I'm just waiting for on Euro USD is just a retest. So if price broke a chart pattern, right? So we always wait for a retest of it to confirm like the break. So that's just like what I'm waiting for on Euro USD. So if we could have on Euro USD, if we could have a retest of this level, which was like the neckline of it, and I think it was a daily level. So if we could have a retest of this level, so I'll be looking to get into a sell trade on Euro USD. So like I said, the USD was currently gaining strength, and if the USD continue gaining strength, like the DXY continue gaining strength, so we are definitely going to be having a bullish movement on Euro USD and also on other USD pairs. So that's just like how I'm looking at GBPUSD at Euro USD at the moment. So we already have, so price was already gotten rejected from this zone. We have a break of this neckline. So what we are expecting next is just for price to retest this level. So we already have a break. So what I'm just waiting for is just a retest. So for me to short the market back to the next major level here. So we have a next major level at this point. So I'll short the market back into this zone. So maybe I might still be holding on to my position, maybe to short back into here. But where I'm looking to take my TP from is just going to be around this next major level. So this was where I'm expecting price to drop to take my profit. So we still have like another level here, but so we have another level here, and I'll be paying much attention to it. So, but this is just going to be my viral target. So I'm already selling Euro USD, but I'm just looking to go into another trade. Yeah, I'm already on a sell trade after we have a break of this level here. So we already got like enough confirmation to go into this trade. So, but I still want so I'm already in this trade, but with a lower risk. So I'm already selling USD, but I just go into the trade with a lower risk. So just to be able to get into the setup. So if we have a retest to it, so I'll just be getting to the trade fully. So I'll be getting to the trade if we could have a retest of this level. So what I'm just waiting for is just for us to have a retest of this level. So if you have a retest, then I'll be shorting the market back to the downside. So that's just like how I'm looking at Euro USD at the moment. So we have cleared all the trend lines here. So I see no reason why price should not continue moving back to the downside. So we have cleared all the trend line around this zone. So let me draw this trend line here. So price have cleared out all the trend lines, and also price have cleared the key level. So I see no reason why price should not continue moving back to the downside. And looking at it on the weekly time frame, price have also cleared like a weekly chart pattern, like that double top. So price have formed a double top, and also we have cleared to the downside. So I see no reason why price should not like continue, moving back to the downside. So if I draw this, so let me firstly delete this trend line. So if I draw this trend line here, based on the touches, we have a first touch, we have a second touch. So price also cleared it when coming back to the downside. So we have nothing stopping price from moving back to the downside. So that's just like how I'm looking at it. So we still have this trend line here, and price also cleared it. So this should be like the best way to draw this trend line. So if I draw it this way, so we have a first touch here, we have a second touch here, and now we have a break and we have a retest. So this was just like, we can even got into a set trade around this level. So this was just like a break and retest of this trend line. We have a key level here too. So this was just like a break and retest of it. So price already cleared all the trend line, all the obstacles. So price already cleared. So I see no reason why Euro USD should not continue dropping back to the downside. So I clearly see no reason why Euro USD should not continue dropping back to the downside. So what I'm just going to be waiting for is just for like a retracement back into the zone. So if we have a pullback back into the zone, so then I'll be interested more in getting into a sell on Euro USD. So that's just my outlook on Euro USD as well. So there was a level here that I'm also watching as well. So we have like somewhat of a demand at this zone too. So I'm also watching this level clearly, but so if I got into a set after we have a test of this level, so I'll be putting, so before price go here, so I would have already moved my stop loss to break even. So by the time price go here, so I'll be risk free on the trade. And if price was able to break below here, so my target is going to be around this zone. So that's just like how I'm looking to trade USD. So just a retracement back into here. So just a little pullback back into the zone and then a rejection. So then I'll be going to a set trade. So that's just like my outlook on Euro USD. So now let's look at GBP. Okay, so let's look at this on the. So now let's look at GBPUSD. Sorry, GBPCAD. Yeah, so let's look at GBPCAD. So now we have these key levels here. So looking at it on the 3 months time frame here, so we have all these key levels here based on So I draw this key level here based on how price respects it at this zone, and also we have other touches at this zone, but we have a rejection here. We have price acting as support here, and we have price getting rejected here. So that's just like how I draw all these major key levels. So price are broken above past this level. So at this point, price was like moving sideways, so price was ranging, but now price are broken above this key level here. So we have a break above. So and after that, so after price break above here, so looking at it on the 3-month time frame, and also if I go down to the monthly time frame, so we have never seen like any major retest. So yeah, we might have maybe a retest on the 4-hour or maybe on the daily time frame, but looking at it on the monthly and also on the 3 months and also on the monthly time frame, so we did not have any retest of a level here. So we are currently having a tracement back into the zone. So I'm looking to got into a buy trade as soon as we got into the zone. So if price got into the zone and then I start seeing like some bullish candlesticks, so I'll be interested in getting into a buy trade. And if I go down to the weekly time frame, we have, so looking at it on the weekly time frame, so we have this ascending trend line here. So and we have the first touch of it and we have the second touch of it. So we never had the third touch of it. So and now price was now like retracing back to the downside, back into this key level, this major level here. So price was pulling back to the downside and also moving to this trend line here to touch it for the third touch. So this is probably going to be the third touch of this trend line, and also the touch of this monthly key level here that price go broken to the upside. So we are going to be, so for me, I'm expecting price to got into the zone. So after price got into the zone and also this trend line level, and I start seeing some bullish reaction at this level, so I'll be interested in getting to a buy trade. So that's just like how I'm looking at it. So if this level does hold, so I'll be looking to get into a buy trade around this level, and also it's still aligned perfectly with the trend by Fibonacci. So yeah, let me just like bring my Fibonacci on. So let me hold this 78.6 and so it's aligned perfectly with the it's aligned perfectly with the Fibonacci level 2 as well. So this was it. So this was a very strong zone. So this was like a Willy zone. So this was a very strong zone around this level. So I'm just expecting price like to got into the zone after we have like price got into the zone and also start seeing some bullish reaction. So I'll be getting into a buy trade. So we have enough confluence, or let me say enough, just have like enough confidence to get into the buy trade here. So I see no reason why price should not be moving to the upside from here. So that's just like my outlook on GBPCAD as well. So that's how I'm looking to trade it. So before that, so let me just like quickly bring, okay, so now that we are done with GBPCAD, so now let's look at Bitcoin. So let's look at how price was moving. So the direction of the market still remains very bullish, and I've been trying to get into a buy trade on Bitcoin, but I keep getting stop out. But so now looking at Bitcoin here, so we can clearly see that Bitcoin was currently in a range. So Bitcoin was currently in a range. So we have this equal high here. We have an equal high here, and price was just like moving sideways. So price have not been able to break above this level. So when price still want to continue moving back to the upside from here, so price was just like moving sideways. So when price go here, price go into the zone, still go ejected back to the downside. So price was just like clearly moving sideways here. So now looking at it on the, so now let's look at it on the monthly time frame. So looking at it on the monthly time frame, so the bullish movement still like, so we still have this bullish movement here. So we still have this series of higher highs, higher low, higher high, and the higher low. So although I'm still expecting price to continue moving back to the upside, but there was like, okay, so now let's look at it on the 3 months. So yeah, let's look at it on the 3-month time frame. So now looking at this movement here on the, so looking at this movement here on Bitcoin, we have this. So if I draw my Fibonacci from swing low to swing high, we can see that we have this move here. So the way I'm looking at it is that it's likely that price continue moving back to the downside for a while. So it's likely that price continue moving back to the downside for a while. So and the reason why I say that is, so looking at it on the 3 months, like 3 months movement, so this 3 months trend here. So it's likely that, so though we are having all these red candlestick, we're having all these retracements, but looking at it, price have been moving in a linear way, and we have never had any major correction. Looking at it on, like, on the 3 months, so we have never had any major correction move to the downside. So it's likely that price got rejected back into the zone, got into, I think, around $87 per coin. So it's $7,000 per coin. So it's likely that price got into the zone. So this is just like how I'm looking at it. And looking at it on there, so that's just like how I'm currently looking at the market. So it's likely that price continue like moving back to the downside, back into the zone. And I have like somewhat of a minor level here. So I have a minor level here, so that represent like this black line. But if I bring it to the downside, so price might got into this zone or likely inside this zone. So we have a support zone here, we have like a demand level here. So it's likely that price to trace back to the downside, back into this demand zone before moving back to the upside. So that's just like my outlook on Bitcoin and how I'm currently looking at it. So if I'm going to be trading Bitcoin, if I'm going to be got into a buy trade, so either price break out of the range on the weekly time frame, or we have a retracement back into maybe somewhere around here before I start looking for buying opportunity on Bitcoin. So I've been trying to get into a buy trade, but I keep getting stop out. So that's why I just like check the chart and see what is currently happening. And looking at it on the weekly time frame, you can see that this was a clear equal high. This was a clear top here. We have an equal high here. This high was still equal to this previous high. So we have an equal high and we have the neckline here. So now if price could break, if price could break this neckline, so then we are just going to be having maybe something like this. So we are going to be having maybe a break of this level and then have a retracement and made back to the downside, just to retrace back to the downside. So that's how I'm looking at it. And if price is going to continue moving back to the upside here, so if price is going to continue moving back to the upside, so we should have, so we could still like got into a buy trade here, but it's kind of risky. So waiting for price to break this counter trend line and then finding somewhere around here. So there's still going to be an entry around this zone too. So there's going to be an opportunity to get into a trade somewhere around here. So hopefully if price breaks here, so we might see an opportunity to get into a trade after a break of this trend line, also a break of this trend line, also a break of this key level here. So after we have it, so we could like still start looking for buying opportunity. But however, we're looking at this. So looking at it here, price was going in a range. So price might just go there, break it, and then start moving back to the downside again. So that's just like the reason why I said it's not really safe to go into a buy trade inside this zone. Price was just like kind of like consolidating here, so moving sideways here. So it's likely that, so before getting into any trade, it would be better to wait for price to break out of this range, break out of this equal high, or if price want to retrace back to the downside, just like I said, if we should have that major retracement, that conditional move to the downside, so it's likely that price got into this black line area. But in a situation whereby price continue heading higher, so it should be better to wait for price to like clear this high. After clearing this high, so it would be better to like got into a trade after price clear this high. So that's just like how I'm looking at it. Or in other ways, you can still like wait for price to clear maybe this high before got into a trade, but the safest one will be after price clear this zone or will break below and then the trade back to the downside before we now start looking for buying opportunity. So that's just like how I'm looking at Bitcoin at the moment. So I'm not going to be touching Bitcoin for now. I'm not going to be doing anything for now. So I'll just like leave the crypto market for now and see and wait and see what the market eventually does. So that's just like what I'm currently waiting for. So now let's look at AUDUSD. So I'm also looking to go into another trade on AUDUSD. So I've got second. Okay, so I'm also looking to go into AUDUSD now. So if I go down to the 1 month time, the monthly time frame here, we have this. So if I draw my trend line from the top here, so drawing my trend line from here, so we have somewhat of a third touch. Yeah, we have a third touch of it. Okay, so now let me go down to the weekly. So what I did here is very simple. So we have a first touch from the top where I draw it from, and also we have the second touch of it here, and we have the third touch of it here. So what we have here is, so this is just like my second entry. This is just going to be how my second entry is going to be on like on AUDUSD. So I already talked about like my first entry. So when I start this video, so this is just like my second entry on it. So we have this level here. So let me just show it on the weekly. Okay, we have this level here based on how price respect it here. And if I go down to the daily time frame, so still based on how price got ejected from here. So that's just like how I like draw this level. So right here, price goes here, break above the trend line, start trading below it. We have a retest of it, and then price start back to the downside. So that's when I was able to got like an entry for the first trade. So I got into a trade, I think maybe somewhere around here. So I got into a trade maybe somewhere around after we have a break of the counter trend line. So but I'm just talking about how I'm going to be getting into this trade. So now price is currently gotten rejected from this trend line level, so we have a rejection of it, and price is gotten rejected from this key level. So I think this was the daily level, so you could see how price was gotten rejected from it. So we have price got rejected from the trend line from this key level, and also as price was now moving back to the downside on the 4-hour time frame, that's where we got into a trade. So I'm now expecting a break of this trend line. So we already got a break. So if we could have a bearish candlestick, maybe a 4-hour bearish candlestick at this zone, so then we got into a sell trade, another sell trade on AUDUSD. So that's just like how I'm looking at it. So I'm already on the first trade on it, and also, but so if we could just like go rejection from here, so I've got into a trade, and also I'm shorting the USD, and also I'm still looking to got into another trade on Euro USD and GBPUSD as well. I'm also holding on to a position on GBPUSD. So those are just like my trade setup for the week. So that's going to be the end of today's video. So if you guys find this today's video helpful, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. And there will be like a link to my Telegram channel where I sent out like trading signals. So if you want to join it, so just click the description of this video. So that's just it. So I'll catch you guys in my next video. So bye.